Hey everybody. I know that uh I haven't done my November tally yet. Um I was kind of depressed about the November broadcast. Um but anyway, it was an hour and 3 minutes. They said Jehovah 115 times. And I'm telling you that is like the most. I mean, that's like two Jehovahs every minute. I mean, they just it amazes me because I'm like, well, who actually talks like that? I mean, most people don't mention that God that much when they talk, even if they're talking about the Bible. But anyway, Jesus 20 times. Oh my Lord. Um, Organization once, governing body twice, Satan only once. So you get Satan 1 and Jesus 20. Yeah, he annihilated Satan this time. The truth once, and the Holy Spirit 5 times, which usually they don't mention the Holy Spirit that many times either. But to me, it was just a boring broadcast, same old junk. But I received news from a friend of mine in Northern Ireland. There was the first case, evidently, in the history of Ireland that somebody has gone after a Jehovah's Witness. The guy is 76 years old and going to prison. And I don't have a hard copy of the story, but he sent me a copy of the article, and I'm going to read it to you so you can hear it. The woman's name was Laura Waring. 40 years it took her to get that guy. Yep. A woman abused as a child by a fellow Jehovah's Witness during Bible study classes was bravely spoken out about her life-wrecking experience. Laura Waring courageously waived her right to anonymity after her attacker pleaded guilty to a string of child sex charges. On Tuesday, which was a week ago Tuesday, Charles Frederick Loyal, known as Eric, admitted 18 counts of abuse against Laura dating back to 1975 when he was in his 30s. It will never be closure, but I can draw a line, and though I thought I could never get over it, I can move forward now, she said. Laura, 53, explained the abuse by Loyal started when she was 8 years old and continued for 3 years on an almost weekly basis. Loyal, now aged 76, is due to be sentenced next month, but refused to say anything about the case when approached by our reporter. The abuse happened in my own home. My parents hosted a Bible study meeting there every Tuesday night, recalled the woman. When we had people to our house for Bible study every week, one of my sisters would have asked to take the coats upstairs and put them on my parents' bed. Anytime I was doing that, he would say, "I'll give you a hand," and come behind me and abuse me in their bedroom. It also happened a couple of times in the church and his home as well. When he started kissing me, it started to ring alarm bells. Next, he was starting to touch me. I was absolutely horrified. I didn't know what sex was, but I knew it was wrong, and it was always my fault. Why did I let him do it? It was never our secret. It was my secret. I let him do it because I just froze, and I absolutely was petrified. As time went on, I became more disgruntled with myself because I let him go a bit farther every time and I couldn't say anything. I was just ashamed and let him do it. Laura said the abuse stopped when she entered puberty at 11 and Loyal moved to another church. I was 17 when I first told my mom, but it was only about 10 years ago I told my dad. My mom is dead now, said Laura. He cried and he said, that wouldn't happen in this church. My dad has been there for 50 years. He was very, very upset, but said that just couldn't happen in the church. I was absolutely devastated. Laura explained that her parents and sister noted that her personality changed around the age of 8 or 9, becoming very shy and timid with fits of anger. I still carried that guilt. I felt disgusted with myself, and I think I was angry with my parents that they didn't see what was going on. I would push people away and wouldn't want anyone to get close to me. I remember my teenage years, I was crying in my room all the time and arguing with my parents. It was something that I thought about every day, and even now would say that everything in my life comes back to that in some ways. It taints everything, and I'm a bit of a control freak, and that's because I didn't have any control over that issue. My relationship with my daughter has suffered. She has seen me crying on the floor in bouts of depression. I think he really just broke my spirit. That is sad. Oh my God. Laura attended the church until the birth of her daughter in '96 and is now no longer a member of Jehovah's Witnesses. I raised it with the church elders in 2008 when I was 40, and they contacted the ones where Loyal was attending. They said, we'll go talk to him, and then they phoned me back and said he told them he didn't do it, and that was the end of it. Absolutely nothing was done. Then in 2013, I made an official complaint, and they said there was nothing more they could do. As time went on, my father got dementia, and I thought I had to go to the police. I thought, now's the time. I know it was 40 years later, but I had to go to the police. What I was worried about was if he had done this to someone else, or if he was still doing it, there was an awful lot of guilt. I was really scared about going to the police, but had to do it. I wanted to do it before Loyal died. He's 76. I was really scared about going to the police, but I had to do it. I arranged a meeting with him, my older sister, and the elders of the church. He said he couldn't remember. I told him, you're going to have to start remembering because I'm going to the police right after this meeting. After 3 years, the case came to court where Loyal denied the offenses up until Tuesday, when he pleaded guilty to the charges of sexual assault on a child. He's due to be sentenced December 17th. Laura said she was fully prepared to give evidence and be cross-examined as part of the trial. I just thought, I'm ready now, and I really want to do it. I always said, since a guilty verdict or a guilty plea, I don't care what happens to him. I just want other people to keep their children away from him. My family believed it happened to my friends, but to have the public prosecution service take this far and get a guilty plea means the world to me. Laura also urged others who may have been abused while in Jehovah's Witnesses in Northern Ireland to come forward. If you can do it and get justice, anybody can. If I can, anyone can. It has been really, really tough, and I felt like giving up so many times, she said. The help I have received from the police, different support groups, counseling, has been amazing, and you can do it with their help. It's scary coming forward and going to the police, but you can do it. You absolutely can do it. There is absolutely no need to suffer in silence. And I don't know, I'm going to see if I can get a picture of her up. See if you can see it. Yeah, that's a picture of her. And this is a picture of the guy that is going to jail. That's the guy. They got a picture of him coming out of his home, but he wouldn't say anything to the reporters, but they got a picture of him. That's him. 76-year-old Jehovah's Witness, messing with kids for 40 years or more. And this is the article itself. You can see it. Yeah, so that's what the whole article looks like. Yeah, and I was sent this by a friend. Sent it to me Monday, and I haven't got it up yet. I didn't find it on the internet. I was looking for it, but I guess Nigel Rowley found the article in Ireland and put up a little bit about it also. Check out his video. It's happening all over the place. You know, people are coming forward and speaking up, and it's because there's support for them and they feel safe to do so, and they know that people are behind them. And you know, it is a hard thing to speak up. It is. And just know that if you come forward and speak up, it can prevent it from happening to someone else. And living with that anxiety and guilt and all that is not good. I mean, she suffered a long time, and she's getting help, you know, but the sooner you turn someone in, the easier it'll be to get over it. Don't let it build up inside you and eat you alive. You know, speak up, do something about it. Fight for yourself. You know, speak up for yourself. I know women that were raised in the organization, you know, born-ins like me and quite a few others. You're taught that you're not supposed to speak up. You're supposed to just suffer, turn the other cheek, and keep on going, and not to make a disturbance, because you know they're going to blame it on you. You know, those things were blamed on her. Well, those things don't happen in the organization. Who are you? What are you trying to do? You know, you're gonna go against that. Where a lot of people are gonna say, "Oh, that doesn't happen in the organization. You're crazy." You know, what are you trying to do? Don't listen to them. If you've been abused, speak up. Get some help for yourself, speak up, and you'll feel a whole lot better about yourself and possibly help others from being harmed like you were. But, like I said, Nigel Rowley put up a thing about it too. I guess he found it over there way before I found it on the internet here. I was gonna post a link to the article, but I haven't found the article yet. He might have a link to it where you can see it yourself, but I decided just to read it to you so you could hear it. Congratulations to her for standing up and doing it. You know, really, bravo to you. Laura, you're brave. Man, it takes a lot of courage to do that. It does. But when you get up the courage to do it, like she said, yep, I'll go to court and speak up. Doesn't bother me any. Yep. She's courageous and brave. Yep. And we all need to be that way to protect those other children inside that organization, because they don't have a voice. So I'll talk to you later. You all have a good Thanksgiving, and I'll talk to you again when the next broadcast comes up. Maybe I'll tell you more about it, but the last one, it just wound up making me mad, and I didn't want to talk about it. Maybe somebody else will, but you know, it just frustrated me. But like I said, the tally was terrible too. All those Jehovah's. You know, who does that? Oh my God. You know, twice a minute? Anyway, I'll see y'all later. Have a good one. Bye-bye.